Welcome to Mama What's Next, a podcast for all the amazing women navigating the wonderful challenges of exploring a new version of yourself after becoming a mom. I'm your host, Melly, and together with my incredible guests, I'm here to help you explore who you are now and help guide you to your true path, one that feels authentic and fulfilling at the same time. Motherhood changes everything, yes. It's beautiful, transformative, and sometimes it pulls us away from the woman we were. Together we dive into career change stories and how to live a life that truly reflects who we are without guilt and with the courage to embrace your journey. So get yourself a coffee, steal a moment for yourself, and let's explore this next chapter of your life. I am super happy that you're here. Welcome. Hello, beautiful people. I am back with another episode today. And today I want to talk about purpose. And as some of you may know, I love exploring TikTok. And I keep finding these amazing, inspiring coaches, mentors, authors, writers, artists, and spiritual guides on TikTok. And I love exploring what they have to share. And sometimes there are things that you hear, that you hear, one time and you find them quite interesting, but they don't really stick with you. And there's other times where something is being said and it just hits you right in the heart and it just sticks with you forever. And one such thing I want to share today. And it was shared by an author, coach, and entrepreneur. He's called Dan Martell, and he talked about purpose in a different kind of way. And in a way, and he used words and an explanation for it that just made a lot of sense to me. And so I wanted to share it with you. And who knows, maybe it's exactly what you needed to hear. So he said, purpose sits next to the very worst thing that's ever happened to you. So let that sit for a moment. So what is that very worst thing that's happened to you? And who would you have needed? What kind of person would you have needed in your darkest days? In these difficult days? And then you become the person that you would have needed the most. And that creates a fire in your belly and a passion and a drive, and it activates you in a way that there's a fire burning that will just not stop. And you will be able to sustain the most difficult times and go through journeys that might be difficult, but it will keep pushing you forward because it's your higher guiding light. It's your higher purpose. It's your higher calling that you follow. And so I've done that little exercise for myself, and also just in general as an example to illustrate, the steps that you would go through in trying to explore that for yourself. So if you ask yourself now, what is your worst thing? Imagine, for example, that you were growing up in a family where you always felt you were not quite fitting in. You didn't quite belong. You were maybe the black sheep of the family, the scapegoat. You never really had the right support and love and closeness that you would have wished for. And maybe didn't get the support that you would have needed to feel like you belong and feel like someone cared, truly cared for you and put you in first place. So essentially, what does that do with you? It makes you feel very alone. So then you move on to the next question. So who would you have needed instead? What kind of person would you have needed in your darkest days, in these difficult times? Well, in this case, if you take that person growing up in a difficult family environment, potentially it was someone that supported you, that stands up for you, that gives you closeness, that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel seen, truly seen, that makes you feel accepted and like you belong. Someone that doesn't want to change you, but loves you in exactly the way you are. Someone that holds you and says, I'm here for you, whatever you need. My door is always open. I'm always here. Someone that encourages you to be bold, to be brave. Someone that makes you feel less alone. That pushes you. Someone that lifts you up. Hey, it's Melly from Mama What's Next, and thank you so much for listening today. Did you know we actually have a free membership at mamawhatsnext.com where you can connect with like-minded moms and find tools to help you navigate your next steps with confidence. And if you ever feel like you need a little more personal guidance to help you figure out what comes next for you, I am here to support you one-on-one as well. I know what it's like to feel you've lost yourself, to start from zero in a new country, pivoting and transforming a career. I have done it several times alone as a single mom across 4 countries. And I would love nothing more than helping you rediscover yourself, see your potential, and build a work life that feels aligned with who you truly are. So if that sounds like something you'd love, come and visit me at mamawhatsnext.com. I'd love to hear from you. So now we just need to become that person. And that's your divine mission assignment. Become that person. Help others feel less alone. Help others feel more accepted. Help elevate others. Inspire others. Encourage them. Give them love and support. Give them belonging and closeness. So, in a sense, that's also what has been my guiding light in wanting to create a space for women, for mothers particularly, because we do have a difficult standing in the world of work and career. Society still makes it very difficult for us to be equally as successful, to be supported by structures that allow for balance and allow for us to be supportive of our families and raising our children while still having a fulfilling career. We need better systems. We need different opportunities. We need to be heard more. We need to be encouraged more, supported, elevated. That's what we need. We need employers to accept that we mothers carry our next generation. If we are not feeling amazing and supported, and if we are not thriving, how can we give that to our children? we all have a responsibility in helping to carry mothers and helping to support mothers. I mean, we're spending so much money and funds on so many things. Why don't we support moms in a way that allows them to thrive in a career, in their work life, equally as much as in their family life? And most of us need both. We do need some sort of professional fulfillment besides our children. And also, oftentimes we actually need to earn money. So not everybody can say, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom for the next 10 years. Some of us may want to, and they can't. Some of us can, and that's amazing. But many, many women actually feel they have that other side in them that needs to be fulfilled too. That's another cup that needs to be filled up to feed us and to be our best selves and to be creative and to be exploring and to be growing things and creating and building. And so I feel we all have a responsibility, and that's why I created this platform. That's why I created Mama What's Next. That started with a podcast and now grows into a community, and I'm starting to collaborate with mentors and coaches and hiring managers, because I want to build this movement into something more, into something where we come together to support the people that carry the next generation. We deserve to have that extra little support, and it's about time that we start to treat it not like something that is like on the back seat. It needs to become a necessity. It needs to change in our minds, in everyone's minds. And when we think about remote work, for example, and I hear some of the larger companies wanting to have everybody come back to the office. I know this from my environment too, a consultancy where I work, where people are being called back to the office several times a week, ideally. And this isn't hurting men. Like, let's be honest, this is hurting women, mothers. This is hurting mothers who have just started to create some balance in their lives, who are now being called back to the office, where they need to choose again between their families and their work. And it's just not fair. Because we can do both and we want to do both. So, that was my little rant for today. I hope you enjoyed this time with Mama What's Next and me this week. And I'm wishing you a beautiful weekend. And I will be back with some very interesting interviews very soon. We're just going through the production right now, and there'll be some very interesting people that I'm going to be talking to. And we'll share some more interviews in German as well. Back to the roots, German and English. And I'm very excited to be back here next week. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. All right. Hello. And I'm so grateful you were here today, tuning in and showing up for yourself. If you love this episode, can I ask for a quick high five? Yes, that's right. Just hit that subscribe button at the top and leave me a review and share this episode with someone who could use a little inspiration today. Your support really means the world. Let's also give ourselves a big hug for showing up, being honest, and supporting each other on this incredible journey. Don't forget to check the show notes for links to connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. I'd really love to keep in touch. Until next time, keep being the incredible real you that the world needs. I'll see you back here soon. Bye.